There are many important Supreme Court cases that concern community corrections, such as Griffin v. Wisconsin and Pennsylvania Board of Probation and Parole v. Scott. But today we're going to look at the requirements for a parole revocation hearing as they are outlined in Morrissey v. Brewer. At the revocation hearing, which must be conducted reasonably soon after the parolee's arrest, there are minimum due process requirements. The first, the parolee has the right to written notice of the claimed violations of parole. The second, the parolee has the right to disclosure of evidence against him or her. Number 3, the parolee should have the opportunity to be heard in person and to present witnesses or documentary evidence. Number 4, the parolee has the right to confront and cross-examine witnesses called against him. There is one slight caveat to this. The hearing officer, if the hearing officer finds that a good cause for not allowing confrontation, that right could be denied. For example, if the witness against the parolee was a small child, that could be a situation in which the confrontation was not allowed. Number 5, the parolee has the right to have his revocation hearing conducted in front of a neutral and detached hearing body. We would think a traditional parole board would fit that requirement. Members are not necessarily judges and they're not necessarily lawyers, but they do need to be detached and neutral. And then finally, number 6, the parolee has the right to written statement by the fact finders as to why parole was revoked. So the evidence that they relied on and the reasoning they used to revoke parole needs to be provided in writing. I'd also like to make a note that in Morrissey v. Brewer was decided in 1972. A year later, in 1973, in Gagnon v. Scarpelli, the Supreme Court ruled that these requirements would also be required for probation revocation hearings.